Brooks Willis, and the crowd is going wild.
The entire NBA season comes down to one single game. Oh, blocked by James!
The best two words in sports. Game 7.
The NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Thunder fans have waited a long time for a night like this. Pacer fans back in Indiana have waited longer. Let's get started with the singing of our national anthem and our 4 starting lineups and go to PA announcer Mario Nani.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and join us in honoring America and our servicemen and women around the globe. Tonight's colors are presented by members of the Edmond Police Department. Now, the performance of tonight's national anthem. Please welcome Emmy and Tony Award-winning actress and singer and Oklahoma native, Kristen Chenoweth.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Chenoweth. Now let's meet the starters for tonight's Game 7. First, the Eastern Conference champion, Indiana Pacers. Starting at forward, 6'6" from Vanderbilt, number 23, Aaron Neesmith. At forward, 6'8" from New Mexico State, number 43, Pascal Siakam. At center, 6'11" from Texas, number 33, Miles Turner. At guard, 6'4" from Gonzaga, number 2, Andrew Nembhard. And at guard, 6'5" from Iowa State, number 0, Tyrese Halliburton. The head coach of the Indiana Pacers is Rick Carlisle. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your 2025 Western Conference champion, Oklahoma City Thunder! Starting at guard, 6'4" from Arizona State, number 5, Lucas Thorne! And forward, 6'6" from Santa Clara, number 8, Jalen Williams! At center, 7 foot from Germany, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. At forward, 7'1" from Gonzaga, number 7, Chad Holmgren. And at guard, 6'6" from Kentucky, number 2, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The head coach of your Thunder is Mark Daigneault.
Now the electricity in this building right now, what you would expect in a Game 7, and then some. Wow, this crowd so into it as we welcome in for the first time, Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Michael, Richard talked about it, what these players are feeling right now, just moments before tip-off. Tyrese Halliburton said his biggest job as leader of this team is going to be calm and to remind his guys that they have everything that they need. Miles Turner said he'll be taking everything in because after 10 seasons, he just feels blessed to have this opportunity to finally bring a championship to Indiana. OKC has been talking about getting lost in the game. Jalen Williams said the ups and downs would be like nothing they've ever experienced and that they've got to manage their emotions throughout. And SGA said it's not even about pressure anymore, it's about who wants it more. He said somebody is going to achieve their dream tonight. Do I achieve mine or do they take it from me? Mike?
Well, Lisa, almost 9 months ago, 30 teams gathered for the 24-25 season. Only 2 remain, and tonight we finally decide a champion. And Richard, in a playoff series, normally there's no really carryover from one game to the next. But Game 6 was a stunning performance, one of the great victories in the history of the Pacers, and they really outplayed OKC. Any carryover from that game to tonight?
100% there's a carryover. There's a carryover of confidence. If we can win by 30 on our home court, we can win by 1 point here in this building. It's up to OKC.
Always in games like this, it'll be fascinating to see who puts their fingerprints on this game and on NBA history. And what a gift for the NBA fan, although it's been torture for both the fans of the Pacers and the Thunder at times. Indiana's been terrific on the road in the playoffs. OKC nearly unbeatable at home. Nembhard knocks down the first shot of the night.
So first possession of the basketball game, the guy handling it was Andrew Nembhard, playing in pick and roll. He calmly walks into a jump shot.
Obviously the second consecutive elimination game for Indiana. Shot blocked by Nesmith on a jump. Turner fakes. Halliburton off the bounce, now fires up a 3. And a foul called.
So obviously Tyrese Halliburton still dealing with that calf strain. So first play is pick and roll action between Nembhard and Turner. He just gets right to the sweet spot of his mid-range.
First foul on Dort. Turner lines it up, can't get it to fall. Holmgren with the rebound. OKC 10-2 on their home floor in the playoffs, but that includes the Game 1 loss to these Pacers, where they blew a big fourth quarter lead. Gilgeous-Alexander finds some space, knocks down his first shot.
And again, Lou Dort picks up Tyrese Halliburton, is back to Andrew Nembhard.
Siakam left wide open, and Pascal Siakam buries his first three-pointer. What a playoff run he has had.
But look at the pickup point. They're picking them up at half court. Throughout these series, they've always been a full court pressure team. Last game was the first game that they backed it up to half court. Similar defense tonight.
And it clearly worked. Lowest scoring game of the season for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander, well defended. Trying to get a shot off, ball poked away. Shot clock down to 2. He's got to put it up. Just gets it off in time. Can't get it to fall. And a rebound taken by Siakam. And a loose ball foul against Holmgren.
Well, it's probably the most underrated part of this Pacers journey to a Game 7 is how quality their defense has been, how uncomfortable they have made things for, at times, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Halliburton, of course, second game playing with that strained calf. Actually, the third, because he hurt it in Game 5. Nembhard gets inside, blocked by Holmgren. Right back to Nembhard. Shot clock at 5. Siakam pulls up along the baseline. The defense of Holmgren, he has struggled offensively at times in these finals, but his defense has been superb. SGA gets inside, drawing the contact.
And right now, your heart is pumping. It is just pumping so fast. You're actively telling your brain, calm down, take a deep breath. That first wind, that second wind can't come fast enough in these moments.
Nesmith picks up the foul. Nembhard and Nesmith have had quite the task defending this OKC squad. Nesmith's on Jalen Williams. Nembhard on SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander goes right at him. Baseline jumper is good.
The ability to navigate one-on-one situations into your sweet spot. That is SGA at his best.
Halliburton gets inside, shot blocked. Here come the Thunder. Good help defense that time from Turner. Hartenstein kicks it out. Williams had a brilliant Game 5, struggle in Game 6. Holmgren against Siakam, spins, turns, and gets the bounce. Dort chasing Halliburton. Good screen set by Siakam. Dort fighting over the screen. Turner thought about it, now puts it on the floor. Little fake, kicks it back out. Siakam, Halliburton lines up a long three-pointer. Got it! Halliburton only had to play 23 minutes in Game 6 because of the blowout, the way it was. Said his calf was a little tight, a little sore, but he played an excellent game. Williams on the drive, forces up a shot. Good defense from Siakam. Halliburton launches another one. Puts it in, back-to-back threes for Tyrese Halliburton, and a quick 5-point lead for the Pacers.
Well, this is one of those moments, if you're OKC, okay, what do we want to do? What shot do we want to get? How do we want to attack them?
Hartenstein, backdoor for Lou Dort, gets inside. Oh, little razzle-dazzle from Dort. Siakam guarded by Hartenstein, going with the double bigs to start again. That shot won't go. This is the second Game 7 of the playoffs for OKC as SGA goes inside. And a late whistle on a foul. Rick Carlisle not happy. Free throws for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Lou Dort with the backdoor cut. French is his first language, but he knows how to use English on that backboard.
And then this just happened. And this sequence right here has been pivotal all series. When they haven't been able to contain Shai at the point of attack, he gets downhill and gets here. Game 6, Richard, a much better job by Indiana. If you're going to press up and send 2, you've got to contain the ball. Too often in their wins, he's splitting that action and getting to the free throw line.
That foul, by the way, on Nesmith. In the first 6 games, Neesmith fouled out twice, 26 total fouls. He's a great defender, but a little foul difficulty. Benedict Mathurin checks in for the first time. Alex Caruso, the super sub for OKC, also in.
And mind you, I don't mean to intimate that containing Shea with the ball is an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Halliburton very aggressive, looking for his shot. Another three-point attempt. That one short. Williams tips it, but Mathurin right there to pick it up. Halliburton tries again. Halliburton hits again. His third three-pointer already. And a timeout, Mark Daigneault. He's upset with the officials. Probably upset with Halliburton as well. What a start for Tyrese Halliburton.
Again, you want to try and find a way to make an impact. Offensive rebound by Mathurin, that gets them a second shot. And Tyrese, 2 for $1, knocks it down.
Pacer fans packing Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Boy, do they have a party in Game 6. Now we'll cheer from long distance for their Pacers of an early 4-point lead. Tyrese Halliburton, first 5 games of the finals, he shot just 29% from three-point range. But in Game 6 and so far tonight, he's hit 6 of the last 11. Obi Toppin has checked in for the first time. SGA to Caruso. Caruso lines up the three. That's good. Boy, he has shot 40% from three-point range during these playoffs.
Defense goes with the roller. You send 2 at Shea, and that means Alex gets to line it up.
Nembhard aggressive, shut off by Caruso. Halliburton searching. Lobs it, Nembhard. Turner, nice fake. Extra pass, Mathurin checks his feet, shot clock winding down. Now fires up a three, well short, and Hartenstein a rebound. They passed up a couple of open looks first. Jalen Williams falls down, Nembhard jumps on top. They're fighting for it in a jump ball.
And OKC has struggled knocking down threes consistently. So this is a good sign. Role players play better at home. Alex Caruso has been a star. There is no one within 10 feet of him. And that's what you want to see, them knocking down open shots, especially off passes from SGA and J-Dub.
The officials going over to the scores, whether or not right now the shot. And Nembhard will jump. So they'll reset it. There was not possession, so they'll put it back to 12. Awkward toss. They're going to do it again. Don't see that very often.
No, we saw a foul on a jump ball earlier in this series. So
an official also get clobbered.
Well, Jalen Williams is saying that Nembhard grabbed his wrist. I don't think that's what the officials are discussing.
So they'll do it again. It's not the easiest thing. It might seem easy, but to get the toss, player's supposed to wait till the ball hits its apex. That frequently does not happen. And the Thunder get it, with the shot clock already down to 8. They greet SGA at half court. Gets past Turner, kicks it out Caruso. Gets another good look from 3. That's good. Caruso off the bench with back-to-back threes. Halliburton off the bounce. Dort right with him. Nembhard draws a foul.
So, Rich, this is the same thing. And again, it's been such a pivot point in the series. Screen comes high, he rejects it, but again, you don't contain the ball. He's downhill, they're gonna swarm, and it's target practice to his shooter, Alex Caruso. Shea just making the right decisions.
Jalen Williams, his first foul. Nembhard, 2 free throws, hits the first. ABC ESPN Wednesday. The NBA Draft presented by State Farm. First round at 8 Eastern, then Thursday on ESPN. The second round, also sponsored by State Farm at 8 Eastern. Nembhard played an important role in Game 6. Remember, the Pacers fell behind 10-2. They missed their first 8 shots, but Nembhard hit 2 big threes, had 8 points in the first quarter. Now the Pacers recovered from that slow start. Cason Wallace in. Caruso, aggressive drives, can't finish, Turner the rebound. Halliburton pushes. Halliburton against SGA. One-on-one on that side. Nembhard kicks it out. Toppin. Good contest from Dort. Halliburton falls down. He looks hurt. Here comes SGA the other way. Inside, and Williams throws it down. Halliburton's hurt right away when he fell. Of course, that strained calf. He's in pain, so emotional. It's the right calf right away. He knew he was in trouble. Oh, you get in a situation like this, you're just sick to your stomach for the young man. We'll take a timeout. Tyrese Halliburton in game 5 on the same court in the same spot. That's where he strained the calf. He played more later in the game. Clearly was bothered, got some treatment, and played 23 minutes in game 6. And here's tonight, right away. He talked about the risk. As you see the entire team surrounding him. He knew the risk, but it meant so much for him to be out there with his teammates. There was no way he wasn't going to play. And played well and helped inspire the team to that game 6 victory. Such joy for Halliburton after game 6, but now such pain, both physical and emotional. TJ McConnell will come in. Goes right at Wallace, turns, shoots, can't get it.
Now
24-second violation.
Now this is sick. One of the most lovable players in this league, one of the best young leaders in this team. His father struggling with this moment, but if you're Indiana, you still have work to do.
Caruso lines it up, can't get that one back with the rebound. They do have 2 excellent backup point guards, obviously TJ McConnell, and Nembhard also a superb backup point guard. Siakam goes inside to drive to finish. And a whistle and a foul, so a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, they're certainly going to need a more aggressive offensive effort from Pascal Siakam. And the beauty of this guy's game, Richard, is you can shift him all over the floor. If they like to isolate him at the free throw line, he can pick, do I attack left or right? And here's the facts. Indiana plays the game differently with TJ McConnell versus Tyrese Halliburton. But TJ is a north-south attacker, and to this point, they have not been able to contain him when he's going north and south. He has got to be great.
Caruso, the foul. Richard, what's it like when you're on a team and your star player, a key player goes down and you can see it's a serious injury?
This is a unique situation because obviously game 7 are the marbles, but I know for Tyrese, if this team can rally and pull off a victory tonight, that's the best thing that you can do for Tyrese if you're them, not worrying about him in this moment.
Gilgeous-Alexander misses. These Pacers have bounced back, shown their resiliency all season long. This is the ultimate test of resiliency. Mathurin drives on Holmgren, flips it up, shot won't go. Caruso with a rebound. And Shepard has come on. Kendrick Williams as well. SGA to Caruso. They're leaving Caruso open. Doesn't make him pay that time. Holmgren tips it to Williams. Back up top. Shot clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander the drive, stops in the paint, pulls up, knocks it down.
Boy, Holmgren has been a dominant person at the rim and then gets him an extra possession on that one.
Obi Toppin the drive, bank shot, missed it. Holmgren, tough rebound. McConnell guarding SGA, one-on-one. Trying to bump him. Holmgren fakes. Holmgren drives, the floater in the paint is good. Thunder shooting 56% from the field. They struggle offensively in game 6. The Pacers defense was extraordinary. Siakam, high arcing jump shot. They will need a huge game from Pascal Siakam. 7 points here in the first.
And they can get a huge game from Pascal Siakam. He is the one, quote unquote, small that has the advantage over every OKC defender.
They extend the defense out. Mathurin now back. Force up a contested shot. Mathurin played him beautifully. McConnell, Shepard. T.J. McConnell has been the ultimate spark off the bench. Rifles a pass, stolen by Caruso. 3 turnovers for Indiana. That always the critical number when you're playing against this OKC defense. They have yet to turn it over, the Thunder. Williams behind the back. That's a little fancy. Wallace now. Shot clock winding down. He's got to put it up. And just gets it off in time, but it did not hit the rim. So there's their first turnover on a 24-second violation.
And Siakam, we talk about the size advantage that he has. You have Chet Holmgren guarding him, but Chet Holmgren is not in a great position to do that. So Pascal Siakam can pretty much get anything he wants off the dribble, off the drive. The one area he doesn't have an advantage against Chet is in the post.
Doris, this is an Indiana team that shares the ball well. Everybody scores, everybody contributes. Such a great passing team. But as Siakam, does he have to look to be more aggressive than normal?
I don't think there's any question, Mike. If there's a mismatch in the post, he's got to go at that. In transition, he's got to be a force.
Wallace back up top, Jalen Williams. Henrich Williams, three-pointer, will go out of bounds. Pacer ball with just under a minute remaining here in this first quarter. This crowd standing the entire opening period. McConnell, Mathurin gets inside, comes up short. Nice second effort. Mathurin backs it home. Had that 27-point game earlier in the season, or in the series. He is certainly capable of a big offensive night. Williams to drive. Williams a finish. Top shot with a left hand.
And he drives right hard, 2 dribbles to set up that left hand.
Shot clock turned off. No fouls to give. Wallace takes it away. Looking for someone to get it to. 4 seconds remaining. Holmgren, 2 seconds remaining. Throws it up. Shot won't go, but a foul with 1.3 remaining. McConnell the foul. Holmgren will go to the line. What a play from Cason Wallace.
Make no mistake, Cason Wallace knows containing TJ is a big part of the evening. Get down in a stance, one-on-one defense, force a turnover, and get your team out in transition. That is beautifully done pressure up top.
But up here, TJ had a legitimate gripe. Cason Wallace is grabbing his wrist. TJ's looking at the ref, and you could see him grabbing his wrist like, are you going to let him do that? That's preventing him from handling the ball. And then when he tried to put it down, that's when Cason Wallace was able to get the steal. But that was literally in front of the referee because it was right in front of us.
Wallace upset with something. The 21-year-old, he is a defensive demon. Holmgren, one more shot. Hits the second one. McConnell looks to throw it down the floor. Siakam catches it, just gets it off in time, and hits the rim. Terrific attempt, but comes up short. Well, right now, the #1 story here in Game 7 of these finals is Tyrese Haliburton playing with that strained calf, went down clearly in pain, and limped back, waiting for an update, but it did not look good.
It's time for tonight's Access, brought to you by Verizon. Miles, what did you think when you saw Tyrese go down like that?
It's a heartbreak, man. It's unfortunate, biggest game of the year that You know, injury didn't like hold up for him, but you know, we got his back, and that's what it's all about, man. Next man up mentality.
I know that you're all thinking about him, but like you said, you've still got a job to do. So how do you get it done without him?
Man, you keep in your mind, keep in your heart, and go win for him.
Thank you, Miles. Mike.
All right, Lisa, do not count out these Indiana Pacers as Mathurin ties the game at 25. Shepard, good defense on Jalen Williams. Caruso, Hartenstein tries another one. This time draws the foul. Bradley the foul as we go to Lisa.
Hey, Mike, well, first take a listen to the last Indiana Pacers huddle. You could see Pascal Siakam just trying to rally his guys, telling them, we're still in this, despite their heartbreak, telling them, look, we can't keep forcing the ball, got to move the ball, play our game. But they're feeling such heartbreak right now. Pascal just trying to rally the guys and letting them know we're still in this, still got a job to do. Mike? Getting over his loss emotionally is the first step. The second step is certain things that he does that nobody on the team can do. What are they going to miss the most with Haliburton out?
Well, it's really the continuation of his pace, his passing, his shot creation. And in this game early, it was his shot making. But like he said, you've got to move on. It's one of the most difficult things an athlete can do, but you still have an opportunity to win an NBA championship.
Siakam fouled, and I believe they'll call it in the act of shooting. So 2 more free throws for Pascal Siakam. Wallace picks up his first.
This is off a switch, and this is what I was talking about, Mike. When he's got the opportunity in the post, which is where he caught this, and he's got a small on him, he's got to get something out of it. He gets a couple of free throws, so great execution by Indiana.
Siakam had 16 points, 13 rebounds in Game 6. He's so steady, so reliable. As it's time for Try It free throws with YouTube TV. Scan the QR code to unlock your 5-day free trial and get your favorite sports and live TV in one app. He has turned into a spectacular playoff performer. Did it for Toronto when the Raptors won in 2019. Was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Final and has been excellent in his second NBA Finals. Pacers back up by 1. Jalen Williams. Bradley guarding in. Williams steps back. 3-pointer. Short. Rebound tipped by Wiggins. Backdoor Caruso, and Hartenstein with the assist.
That's beautiful movement. A simple screen away. Deep. You have a passer like Hartenstein.
And Bradley's fouled. Jalen Williams picks up his second.
Again, we talk about simple basketball. You try and change directions. Now look, I'm gonna go screen away and slip out. When you throw that ball to Hartenstein, you know that he's looking to pass. So that is just a smart play by Caruso. Fake the screen, slip out before they can switch.
Well, Bradley was playing his 3rd straight game. He missed 18 days with a left hip injury. It happened in Game 5 of the conference finals. He's only played prior to tonight 2 games and 18 minutes in the finals. Only 10 games off the bench. Signed a 10-day contract in March, and because of injuries, he's become an important player. He gives them size.
Mike, I am shocked at his ability, with the limited experience you just touched on, with the way this young man has comported himself.
So hits a pair of free throws. Opening minutes here in the second. Here's Aaron Wiggins, floats it up. Hartenstein pushed by McConnell. That's going to be the second foul on T.J. McConnell. Officials conferring on whether or not they should call it a shooting foul, but no, it's going to be a side out.
I love the spacing here. I mean, look at all the room to operate. Down he goes. I mean, that to me is close, no?
It's very close, but I don't think they always, if you don't have complete control as you go up, don't put it on the side.
Hartenstein keeps the miss alive. Caruso, air ball, stolen by Williams. But a foul. Well, Bradley will pick up his second. OKC will take it out of bounds. Well, shooting percentage is dropping a bit. OKC down to 44%. Indiana at 41%. Haliburton was hot to start the game. Hit 3 3-pointers. Hartenstein inside. Beautiful bounce pass from Williams. Thunder back up 1. McConnell. Mathurin is not shy. Very aggressive offensive player. Here's Shepard. Shot clock at 7. Stolen by Caruso. He dribbled into traffic. That's 6 turnovers, and then a turnover by OKC. That's their second. McConnell looking. Siakam has got the height advantage, but Wallace is tough. Backs in, turns, shoots. Wallace pushed him out just a little bit more than he wanted to shoot.
Yeah, that gets him out of his comfort zone, but like I said, he has the advantage to raise up over the smaller defenders from OKC anytime he chooses.
Williams gets in the paint, flips it up, wild shot. And yet another foul as we go to Lisa.
Yeah, Mike, the Pacers have just made it official, saying that Tyrese Haliburton has a right lower leg injury. He will not return.
And again, you watch that right away, the pain. He talked so much over the past couple of weeks, his dream to play in an NBA Finals. And here he helped bring his team to a Game 7. Just excruciating to watch.
We were courtside when Jason Tatum hurt his Achilles. We were doing that game. And obviously that situation was very, very different. But here in this moment, watching Tyrese, the air was taken out of the entire building. The building went silent for the first time in all the games that we've ever done here.
You could tell that the Thunder fans felt awful. As we go back to Lisa.
Yeah, Mike, just talking to Tyrese just about how his leg was doing. He said there was some soreness, some pain. Thought that they had been doing a great job treating him around the clock. But he said, honestly, he came through Game 6 much better than he thought, and thought he was definitely in a better space than he thought that he was going to be. Like you said, he knew that he was playing with the risks, but he said it was just something he felt that he had to do, or else he would regret it for the rest of his life if he didn't give it a chance.
Back to Lisa. Well, it meant so much to him to be out there with his team as Nembhard. Shot clock at 4. Pass inside, beautiful look, and Turner is fouled. Nembhard with an excellent dish.
So they downsize completely, which means Jalen Williams is playing the 5, which means if Indiana is patient with the basketball, you should be able to find the mismatch. Jalen switches because you're trying to prevent the dribble drive, but eventually find the 5-man because they don't have the size at the rim. Really good execution.
Turner misses the free throw.
But one of the reasons why I think they went small like this is because Pascal is outside of the game. When Pascal leaves the game, they don't have the same type of advantage in the post with Obi. Yes, Miles Turner is a stretch 5. He likes to play out there, can roll, but this is an opportunity for OKC to play small.
Toppin has been their 3rd leading scorer in these finals. They have 8 players averaging double figures. But now missing their star point guard, SGA. Nice spin, and a trip and a foul. Nembhard his first. And more free throws for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, middle of the floor. You see the arm hook by Nembhard. And Shai, just a brilliant offensive player. But I got to say this about this young kid, Nembhard. His defense, his willingness at times to go 90 feet, to play 48 feet, to absorb this MVP nightly, and to continue to compete. It has been special to watch that young man, as it has been special to watch SGA. What a head-to-head matchup.
Well, Richard, you know, you go through the playoff grind for 2 months. You're physically exhausted and you're mentally spent.
And now there's an emotional component. There's an emotional component for both teams. OKC can't let up. As you see the steal.
Wallace does it again. Wiggins has the ball, picks it out. Jalen Williams. And the Thunder will reset. SGA pulls back, 3-pointer. They are 2 of 8 from three-point range.
But to finish my point, OKC, now with him out, they can't let up. So there's an emotional component that they have to stay composed and not think that this game will be any easier.
Toppin can't get the 3. Turner, good offensive rebound. Neesmith lines it up. That's good. 6th three-pointer for Indiana, and they've tied it again.
But Wallace, the guy having to deal with Turner because, again, downsized.
Lou Dort can't answer with the 3. Ball knocked loose, so steal already. SGA pulls up, elbow jumper, got it. Timeout Indiana. Gilgeous-Alexander has 12.
SGA, we said it in the open. You want your MVP to play like it. Right now, his team's got a 2-point lead with 7 to go in the half.
Welcome back. The NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Canada well represented in these NBA Finals. Gilgeous-Alexander and Lou Dort and Nembhard from the Pacers all on the Canadian national team. And, of course, Mathurin as well. He was not on the national team, still recovering from that shoulder injury that forced him to miss the playoffs. That's a heck of a team.
Yeah.
Turner, Wallace on him. Mathurin gets it. Goes inside, strides, missed the layup. Wallace walks into a 3. It's good. Cason Wallace, big spark off the bench, especially on the defensive end. And the lead up to 5. Wallace fights over another screen. Poked away by Caruso, but Nembhard there. Shot clock down to 7. Turner, nice entry pass. But a foul. Boy, it is so hard to hear the whistle here.
Wallace has been on the floor a ton. Point of attack, pressure defense. This time he's just going to walk into a 3. Shea patiently waiting for him to line up. He doesn't have to dribble. It's just catch and shoot in rhythm.
Wallace, his 2nd foul. Free throws again for Miles Turner. Turner, who grew up in Bedford, Texas, cheered on Dirk Nowitzki and Rick Carlisle for his Mavericks when they won the 2011 title. Said he'd watch Nowitzki take a shot during commercials and run outside and practice that left-handed layup. He's the longest tenured Pacer, 10 years, been through so much here. Again, has had an excellent defensive series. They'll need some help offensively tonight.
Yeah, he's got to be aggressive. He's one of those players as he misses 2 free throws.
But they get the rebound. Caruso went for the steal. McConnell pulls up. Shot won't go. Rebound, SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander, Wallace, no hesitation. And over the backboard, Pacer ball.
Well, if you're the Pacers, one of the key without Tyrese Halliburton, you ask Mike what they would miss. His ability to lead comebacks, hit late game shots. Without Tyrese, you have to keep it an 8-point game, a 10-point game. They've been down big in this postseason, but with the pace of play that he creates, they're able to come back. They might not have that ability without him on the floor.
T.J. McConnell looking to get inside. Holmgren discourages him, tries again, layup, that's good. McConnell goes right at the 7-footer. Caruso the drive. Kicks it out in the corner. Holmgren wide open. And Neesmith comes away. OKC struggling from 3 again. Nembhard gets inside. Layup off the glass. Took some contact. Banked it home. Timeout. Thunder.
Their resilience is absolutely incredible. You've got to sustain the emotional loss of your leader. And then the next man up is T.J. McConnell. So dangerous operating on that baseline. That's against an elite shot blocker.
And then Nembhard taking his time, going at his countryman Lou Dort. going up and finishing around contact.
This summer, Kimmel's out. The Stars are in. The guest hosts join Diego Luna, Anthony Anderson, Nicole Byer, Jelly Roll, Kumail Nanjiani, and more. All summer long, Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts, new weeknights on ABC. And the reaction around the NBA, watching Tyrese Halliburton go down. Your heart just aches for him, and that's the way everybody plays. Such respect for his talent. And again, such a leader on this team. He's always smiling, plays with such joy.
You talk about Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Dame Lillard, players that have had some difficult injuries this postseason or late in the season.
Jalen Williams now 2 of 7 from the field. Indiana only down by 1. The fight continues. Nesmith can't get it. Dort the rebound. Their depth will be tested here tonight in Game 7. Luke Dort lines up three-pointer. That's good. Dort has shot the ball extremely well from three-point range and a 4-point lead for the Thunder. McConnell keeps his dribble. Now gets in the paint, looking, has it poked away, but Turner right there picks it up and knocks it down.
Doing such a good job of taking advantage of what he's seeing on the floor. Turner, again, navigating to an open spot.
Dort, again, this time short. Good boxing out from Nesmith. Nembhard flips it ahead. Pacers have been the best team sharing the ball throughout these playoffs. Caruso, it's up into McConnell. Now the switch. McConnell, jump shot, that's good. Second field goal for Timothy John McConnell.
And I feel more of a letdown from OKC than I have from Indiana thus far after the Tyrese injury.
Holmgren drive got knocked away. Nembhard pushes. Turner, three-pointer. Has not been able to get those to go. He's just 5 of 27 from 3 in the finals. Shot so well the first 3 rounds. Gilgeous-Alexander blocked by Siakam. Here comes McConnell. Siakam tries again. Dishes deflected out. Last touch by Holmgren. Nope, it touched Turner. Thunder ball.
Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets himself downhill. But we talked at the top of the telecast how Pascal has been a stopgap defender, whether it's on ball or in this case, off ball. His instincts, his hustle, his length, everything coming into play. Twice on the pipes.
And credit to Nembhard. Balance. Not reaching in, trusting your
ball kicked. You saw Siakam in that huddle after the Halliburton injury. He has talked about he had to get out of his comfort zone. He was such a quiet player. Halliburton said when they first acquired him, he didn't talk much, but now he's starting to become a vocal leader. He knows on this team they need that. Good ball denial, but Wallace gets it back, throws it inside. Jalen Williams struggles a bit. Gilgeous-Alexander to the rim, shot blocked by Turner, but a goaltend.
That left hand, does he get it to the glass just in time? But if you're OKC, where is Jalen Williams? J-Dub has to have his presence felt in this game. It can't just be all SGA.
Nembhard short, Hartenstein the rebound.
Rich, there's been times in this game where he's rubbing the right wrist. He missed 2 weeks with tendonitis. He was rubbing it on the bench a short time ago.
SGA splits the defense, kicks it out. There's Williams on the bounce. Dort throws up another 3. That one way off. Hartenstein the rebound. Nesmith just jumps on top of him. This game has turned into a slugfest here in the first half.
So this tip is going to be difficult because if you're OKC, you tip that ball, you got to toss that ball up immediately to shoot it.
Yeah, shot clock at 0.5 of a second. Obviously, OKC has the height advantage here. Got to tip it directly to a teammate. Neesmith and Hartenstein. 2:19 remaining here in the first half. And Hartenstein just deflects it out of bounds. These Indiana Pacers, they have believed they're the better team in every series, even though the last 3 series they have been the underdog. Whether it was Cleveland, the Knicks, and here against OKC. Scrapping, fighting once again without their all-star point guard. Mathurin drills the three-pointer. And the Indiana Pacers lead by 1, under 2 to play here in the first half. Double dribble. 5 turnovers for OKC.
And I said it earlier, I feel more of a letdown from OKC than I do Indiana. Does Indiana believe, and he might have gotten away with a foul there on that reach-in, but Indiana still believes that they can win this game, and they are playing like it.
Mathurin is a wild card. Again, he had 27 in game 3. The next 3 games, he only had 17 points combined, but he is capable of erupting. And he wants the ball. Good ball denial there from Williams. Nembhard. Obi Toppin from straight on. Siakam couldn't quite get it. Well, that's because he was fouled. Oh, free throws for Pascal Siakam with 1:28 left.
So the Pacers are constantly moving. So finding a body to check out, particularly if you're Wallace, and you're a little outsized there. Pascal just runs from 15, beats him to the spot.
Well, the Pacers have missed 5 free throws, which certainly they can't afford to do as Siakam hits that one. Coming up, the key at halftime. We'll have more reaction to the Halliburton injury as Malika, Stephen A., Bob Myers, and Perk here in the building at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. The night where the NBA will crown its champion. A night that started with a difficult scene to watch, and Halliburton going down, but his teammates fighting tooth and nail. And they've got a 3-point lead. They have been an amazing story second half of the regular season and throughout these playoffs. Jalen Williams, Siakam hounding him. Williams trying to get untracked. Gets inside, pulls back. Well defended again. SGA with McConnell on him. Step back, 3-pointer. In and out. That one halfway down. Siakam the rebound. Hartenstein and Toppin getting involved down the other end.
Indiana has numbers.
And now Hartenstein recovers. Final minute, first half. Nembhard goes right at Hartenstein. Pulls up, jump shot. Can't get it. McConnell the rebound, poked away. And the Thunder come away with a loose ball. SGA, Hartenstein. Counted and a foul. Chance to tie it at the free throw line as Isaiah Hartenstein gets his second field goal.
Now the MVP is doing a heavy lift. He's got 14 points, and this is assist number 7. Little pick and roll action, little ghost. And look at the strength through unbelievable contact by Isaiah Hartenstein. There are multiple bodies swiping and reaching. Pulls it back to make sure it has an opportunity. That is a big-time shot.
Toppin with a foul. It's not the first finals for Hartenstein, first NBA finals. He was in the G League finals, was the MVP, had 8 3-pointers in a game and a triple-double.
Oh, so
his role a little different with the Thunder.
Yeah, so we got Pascal Siakam, who was a G League champion also.
Offensive foul. Mathurin. Rick Carlisle clearly not happy.
I absolutely hate that.
Man, that's not the right call. He saw him and just wanted to run into him. Now, Lou Dort's one of the strongest people in this league, pound for pound. He might be the strongest dude, built like a linebacker. He knew what he was doing, drawing the contact. Smart, heady move if you're him.
Yeah, he went flying there. SGA against Nembhard. Gilgeous-Alexander the spin, and another foul on Nembhard. Nembhard has been Gilgeous-Alexander's shadow throughout these finals. Free throws coming up as we go to Lisa.
Hey, Mike, I just spoke to Tyrese Halliburton's father, who has been back in the locker room with his son. Mr. Halliburton confirmed that it is an Achilles injury, and he said that Tyrese is doing as well as he can be under the circumstances. The entire family is back there with him, his mom, his dad, his brother. He says that he seems to be in good spirit on his team from back in the locker room. Mike?
Fighting gallantly here in the second quarter. They're right there, only down by 1 as we wind down the first half. Gilgeous-Alexander now 16 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and a block. We've had 9 lead changes already. That ties for the most in any game this series. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. No fouls to give here as Nembhard calls out something. Nembhard fires up a 3. Got it! Andrew Nembhard from way downtown. Pacers take the lead. Half-court heave. And comes up short. The Indiana Pacers, watching their star go down with an Achilles injury, have a lead here in Game 7 of the NBA Finals without him. Nembhard, 9 points. Siakam, 10 points. A balanced offense. It served them well all season long. They'll need it to win a title with their man down in pain. 2 quarters complete. Here in Game 7 from Oklahoma City. The Thunder trying to win their first championship since the move here. And right now it's the Pacers by 1.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook has you covered all playoffs long. Keep up with big-time matchups, get daily profit boosts, and tell exclusive picks from Stephen A. Smith. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Sign up with promo code HOOPS.
NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Game 7 from Oklahoma City. And it's the Indiana Pacers with a 1-point lead over the Thunder. Pascal Siakam making up for the loss of Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes, you want the individual that had championship experience to show it. He's been aggressive downhill. He's taken smalls. He steps back against the big. He's playing very confident.
All series, he's been a stopgap measure. This is a matchup they worked a little in Game 6, working here as well. And what a moving target for the Oklahoma City Thunder, because this ecosystem is balanced.
And welcome once again, everyone, with Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke, Mike Green on hand. The Pacers seemed stunned, obviously, when their star went down, but they recovered. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City, they're not in any kind of real rhythm right now, except for SGA.
Well, yeah, SGA, but I also think they lost their edge. OKC lost their edge, and they've got to recapture that. You have to have a mindset. We talk about Kobe Bryant and Mamba mentality. Well, it doesn't matter how many players are hurt for the other team. Your job is to go out and do what it takes to get this done.
This young man with the ball is battling a wrist injury. Doesn't look confident and has mishandled it on occasion. They've been giving him a lot of attention at every break.
Meanwhile, Caruso, for the second straight game, starts the second half for Hartenstein. Mathurin starts the second half for Halliburton. Gilgeous-Alexander forced one up. Well defended again from Nembhard as we check in with Lisa.
Hey, Mike, well, the Pacers went back to their locker room, fired up, yelling down the hallway as they walked, "We can do this. We have enough." So I was asking Mark Daigneault what he said to his players, because the Pacers are playing inspired right now. They are playing for a cause. He said, "We've got to stay present, just stack the possessions and play with an aggressive mindset." He said possession by possession, and thought they were good defensively. Offensively, he said, "We're getting some good looks when we're fast in the action. We're getting good stuff. When we're slow, we're not."
Holmgren, offensive rebound, put back. Thank you, Lisa. It's been an emotional struggle for both teams here so far. The Thunder back up by 1. Holmgren, 7 points. Nembhard. A lot of responsibility with Halliburton out. Jalen Williams, good defense to force the turnover.
The question is, does Oklahoma City have one of their patented runs where it's 8-0 or 10-0 and they put some game pressure on Indiana?
They've done it time and time again here in this building. Williams lines up, can't get it to fall. Dort comes flying in for the offensive rebound. Williams now just 2 of 8. Dort, by the way, has 3 offensive boards. Gilgeous-Alexander almost turned it over. Rick Carlisle thought he did. Dort has to hoist one up, and he knocks it down! Lou Dort with a Hail Mary as the shot clock was expiring. That gets the crowd fired up. Mathurin, the drive, blocked by Holmgren. Mathurin gets it back, kicks it out, Siakam. Pascal Siakam with the answer.
Just an absolute heavyweight boxing match. They are just going blow for blow.
Mathurin again stayed with the play, got the pass out. Caruso fakes, trying to draw some contact, and he does. Nesmith will pick up the personal. That's 3 fouls on Nesmith.
Rick Carlisle was incensed. Floor's going to tilt. I thought that looked like a travel there.
Yeah, it looked awkward, but it always doesn't indicate. But at the end of the day, you got to keep playing. And Lou Dort hits a tough one.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it out in the corner. Dort this time goes to the hole. Siakam right there to stop him. Makes a pass. Williams catches. Caruso drives. Missed it. Second effort is good. Multiple efforts from Alex Caruso. Thunder already with 4 offensive rebounds to start this third quarter with Hartenstein on the bench. Nembhard in and out. SGA drives, lost it momentarily. Dort feeling it. And Mathurin the rebound. Nembhard, Mathurin, stolen by Williams. 1 man to beat. Williams gets inside. Mathurin got a piece of it. Williams still banks it home. How did he put that in? Timeout Pacers to lead up to 5.
Well, we're wondering, is this defensive machine going to take its toll? Little turnover, one-on-one battle. I don't know how he finishes this. Backside help from Mathurin. Great shot blocker. Almost gets a piece, and how does he make that shot? That is ridiculous.
UFC 317 Saturday night Las Vegas with the lightweight and flyweight belts on the line. Prelims begin at 8 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and Plus with the main card at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view, plus at ESPNplus.com/PPV. Mathurin misses. Fight for the rebound. Nesmith comes up with it. Nesmith trying to draw a foul. Almost got his own rebound. And there's a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against OKC.
Now we're going to give you, that ball was still on his hands. You wondered about that. Nonetheless, shot for him to avoid the block, but that should have been called a travel.
It out. Mathurin comes to get it. Nembhard, 7 to shoot. Good screen set by Turner. Nembhard drawing contact as Holmgren hit him. Second foul on Holmgren, and drew Nembhard to shoot 2.
Well, Nembhard is a guy who, once he gets an angle, he's going to attack. He's got the big on him. He's thinking score with contact. And one thing the Pacers have got to do here in the remainder of time is cut their turnovers down. It's a 14-5 advantage off turnovers. Rick Carlisle said specifically, tonight is about basics, and the possession game means everything. Turnovers, rebounds, smart decisions. They got to make sure their spacing is right.
Right now, 11 turnovers for Indiana. As TJ McConnell will get extra minutes tonight with Halliburton done with the Achilles injury. Nembhard hits a pair. Second Pacer in double figures. He's got 11.
But also, DB, at this point in time, Oklahoma City has 10 more field goal attempts than Indiana. You can't win that shot. You can't lose that shot back.
Jalen Williams trying to draw the foul. Good defense from Indiana. Nembhard. Caruso harassing him. Good screen set by Turner. Turner gets himself free. Three-pointer. It's good. Miles Turner nails the three, struggling all finals from that distance. And the game is tied again. They're 10 of 20 from three-point range. SGA tries to answer and does. His first three-pointer, he was 0 for 5. T.J. McConnell played 13 minutes in the first half. Dort, good job on McConnell. Shot clock at 7. Knocked away by Williams. Turnover. Here's Dort. Dort as deflected by Turner out of bounds. And it's still OKC ball. How about that? Turner was on the bad end of a 3-on-1 and stuck.
Well, Lou Dort didn't do a very good job. He tries to drop it late, but that pass doesn't get back to Chet Holmgren, and that's great defense there by Miles Turner. That's that 7'4" wingspan.
Gilgeous-Alexander double, finds Holmgren. Holmgren nails the three. His first three-pointer. They have struggled mightily from downtown, but that puts them up 6, the largest lead of the game. It's been tight throughout. McConnell poked away, another turnover. That's 13 now for the Pacers. Gilgeous-Alexander. The spin, the pass. Williams open three. That one bounces in. Timeout, Indiana.
The NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV, are brought to you by Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters July 2nd. And Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule.
Some of tonight's key plays with YouTube TV, where you can catch up on game highlights right in the app. Richard.
After going 4 for 18 in the first half, OKC is 4 for 8 here. Taking his time, Shea, his teammates are shooting 6 for 12. They're shooting 50% off of his passes. That means he gets to go to work, and if you help out, he makes you pay.
9-point advantage, 5 minutes into the third. Wallace guarding McConnell, goes to the basket, banks it home. T.J. McConnell wanted a foul. He is so tough going to the rim.
They like to flatten it out for him, Mike. Little 1-4 and let him work one-on-one.
Smith gets right into Williams. SGA, one-on-one with Nembhard. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander off the glass. 21 points, 9 assists, no turnovers. McConnell again to the bucket. Holmgren chasing him away. Keeps that dribble alive. Shot clock at 5. Obi Toppin lost it. Here comes Dort. And the Thunder will reset. Nembhard again, the Shea shadow all finals long. Jalen Williams thought about it again. 4 on the shot clock. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Turner.
And I know J-Dub is struggling, but that's his shot. He had an open look. He's hesitant right now to shoot that three.
McConnell, penetration and finish once again.
Boy, his toughness and north-south speed, incredible. One-on-one, he's getting past here in the second half.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And Obi Toppin goes high for the rebound. Rebounding numbers dead even. Nembhard to McConnell. McConnell on the drive, pulls up shot. It's good. McConnell mayhem once again, and here in Game 7.
Did he just look at the Oklahoma City bench as if to say timeout?
Gilgeous-Alexander, Holmgren with the flush. Holmgren with a dozen, the lead back up to 7. McConnell, so confident, gets to the rim and scores again.
The first time he scored, Mark Daigneault looked at the bench and told Alex Caruso to come in the game. Alex Caruso just hasn't had the ability to check in.
Gilgeous-Alexander draws the foul as Turner and Nembhard converged.
So north-south, this guy is aggressive and attacking, and he's beating Cason Wallace. He is doing that over an elite shot blocker, RJ.
No, it's impressive. And then here, he knows how to stop and get to a spot. Look, even that's a contested jumper.
And again, gets the angle. So tough around the rim, finishes left and right.
And just right here again. And staring at the referee.
He's having one of the more inspiring off-the-bench finals in recent memories. He has been spectacular. And again, he'll play extra minutes with Haliburton out with the Achilles injury. Still having his discussion with Josh Tibbin. As Gilgeous-Alexander now 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Not only does he get there, but he's an excellent free throw shooter. And right on cue, misses that one. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go the other way.
You believe in the jinx, Mike?
Not in the slightest. Under 4.5 remaining here in the third. Nembhard spins against Wallace, steps back, elbow jumper, can't get it. Tipped by SGA, Caruso comes up with it. Dort, a high arcing three, in and out. Caruso almost threw it down. He came flying in from the perimeter. Nesmith. TJ McConnell pulls up, puts it in. He is dominating here in this third quarter. 14 points, he has the last 10.
He bested what he did in game 5. He had 13 in the third. He's tearing it up again here.
Wallace in the corner. Dort tries again. In and out again. McConnell also has 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and the 14 points, all in 18 minutes of work. McConnell spins inside Bradley. Had trouble with the catch, and Toppin lost it out of bounds. That's 6 turnovers here in the third quarter to none for OKC.
And when we talk about almost the highlight of this finals, just not enough there. Then TJ, he's been putting on an absolute show. Talk about playing within yourself. His job is to get to that 8, 10, 12-footer, to probe until he has an angle for a layup or for someone else. There are not many players that play within themselves as well as he does.
Jalen Williams, good defense from Nesmith. Despite all the turnovers, Indiana just down by 4. Williams, Hartenstein, kicks it out in the corner. Cason Wallace puts in a 3. They've started to hit the threes here in the third, and it's back up to 7. McConnell, deflected by Hartenstein, throws it ahead. Wallace goes up for the layup, it's good. Defense turning to offense. A 9-point lead. Obi Toppin the drive. Gets inside, Williams puts it away, but a foul.
So turnovers, we keep talking about it. This has been an elite Thunder defense. Why pick up the ball right here? Trap happens, you're up against size. Hartenstein wisely kicks it ahead. And this finish is absolutely spectacular because Nesmith, you can hear the footsteps, just great concentration.
Wallace a big spark off the bench with 8. And a couple of steals as well. Shepard comes in with Bradley, Toppin, Mathurin, and McConnell. And look at that turnover number in the third quarter. Yet despite the huge disparity, the Pacers still just down by 9.
But DB,
Bryant comes in for Bradley.
DB, how about the respect here? Blitzing T.J. McConnell was getting the opportunity.
Bryant, good three-point shooter. Can't get that one to go down. Mathurin, the offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds. And it's still Pacer ball, 13 to shoot.
I mean, you have to, Rich. He's the one guy beating you here.
And he's proven it over enough games that this is not a fluke.
McConnell, that's close to a 5-second. It is a 5-second violation. Another turnover, number 8 here in the third. Rick Carlisle staying calm. The Pacers say that has been huge for them in these comebacks throughout the playoffs. Easy to get rattled, though, in this building against this team. Williams nearly lost it. Mathurin trying to hound him. Williams to the basket. That lethal left hand once again from Jalen Williams. First double-digit lead of the night. And Rick Carlisle calls timeout. It's bedlam here at the Paycom Center.
Here's the 5-second call defense. I want you to watch the end of the possession where Hartenstein going to step out and deny, and then he's going to go out and recover. And I like that TJ takes that violation because it was a dead ball.
And on the other end, J-Dub, we've seen him working on that right hand. Doesn't feel great, but boy, is his left hand smooth and pretty.
It is. If you're TJ and you thinking about making that release pass and you don't think you can make it, you don't want to pick 6 in that situation.
Under 2 to play here in the third. Thunder defense intensity is increased. McConnell pulls up, jump shot, got it! T.J. McConnell, the man is a menace. He's got 16 points in 19 minutes. Williams pulls back, jump shot. That's good. Soft touch from Jalen Williams, starting to find his offensive game a bit.
And that's good. It's the jumper. He's turned down a couple of shots. I understand that you're 1 for 4 from 3, but it's about taking the shots that you're supposed to.
So another foul.
And again here, snaking the pick and roll, step back. You got the big, another step back, and that's his sweet zone, that little mid-range.
And then McConnell just keeps his foot on the gas. He's got the big. He's just going to dance him to his spot, get him backing up, and then pulls up nicely.
That last foul on Jalen Williams, he has 4. Josh Tibbin, James Capers, Sean Wright, the 3 officials. We congratulate them on their Game 7 assignment. Boy, Rick Carlisle is red hot. Gets in the paint again, kicks it out. Shepard launches, way off. Hartenstein the rebound. The intangibles of Isaiah Hartenstein. A minute remaining here in the third. Williams pulls up, and Mathurin flies in for the board. T.J. McConnell drives inside, layup, no good. A rare miss here in the third. Hartenstein. And a timeout. Mark Daigneault calls timeout. 35.7 seconds remaining here in the third. His team right now up 11.
That's you! 34.7!
From college courts to NBA dreams, don't miss the next generation of stars to take the stage at the NBA Draft. The future starts here. First round begins Wednesday at 8 Eastern on ABC and ESPN. This series has had a little bit of everything. Nail-biting finishes, an iconic game winner, comebacks, momentum shifts, star players shining, star players struggling, unfortunately one getting hurt, role players excelling. What will we see now with just a little bit over a quarter left? What will decide an NBA title? Gilgeous-Alexander pull-up jumper won't go. The tip-in is good. Hartenstein. This the largest lead of the night. Nembhard. Gilgeous-Alexander out guarding him. Nembhard tied up. Siakam. Shot clock at 3. Siakam's going to have to hoist it up. He does inside the arc. Caruso got a piece of it. Wiggins the rebound. Final seconds. 2 seconds to go. That'll count if it goes. And that ends the third period. The Oklahoma City Thunder 1 quarter away from an NBA title. Rick Carlisle furious. Can the Pacers mount another comeback? This presentation of the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
By YouTube TV, Alex, TJ McConnell, how do you stop him?
Yeah, we got to start our pickup point higher and chest him earlier where he's getting too deep into the paint before we touch him.
13-point lead, a quarter away from an NBA title. Just how do you close this thing out?
Got to run through the finish line. You can't walk through, can't try and hope they do it. We're going to take it, win the game.
All right, thank you, Alex. Mike.
All right, Lisa. Well, these Pacers that have been here before, they've had so many comebacks, miraculous comebacks. Obviously without Tyrese Haliburton, who injured his Achilles in the first half and is done for the game. Without him, it's going to be difficult. But remember, they were down 15 in the fourth quarter in game 1 and came back and won.
But the ball game has been turnovers, Mike. 15 more field goal attempts for Oklahoma City because of the turnover number.
Wiggins starts the fourth, spins against Mathurin. Caruso and SGA play catch. 7 on the 24, three-pointer SGA puts it in. He's got 25 and the lead is ballooned to 16. Nesmith searching. Obi Toppin trying to get on track. Nesmith. Holmgren right there, defense. It's still going to be Indiana ball. Gilgeous-Alexander said, I touched it last. Do not challenge this. As Holmgren was trying to get him to challenge.
But this next 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes for Indiana are the most important.
Well, he's going to challenge it anyway. Let's see.
It looked to me, Mike, originally like it was off of Nesmith.
I think you're right, Doris. We'll have the result when we come back.
The NBA Finals are presented by YouTube TV. There's no TV like YouTube TV.
Coming up after the game concludes, flip over to ESPN Sports Center where Scott Van Pelt will be here in Oklahoma City with full post-game coverage and analysis. After just 7 minutes of the first quarter, Tyrese Haliburton, who was playing with the strained calf, made the move. You see that right leg, and it's an Achilles injury. Left the game, obviously done. And his Indiana Pacers with an inspiring comeback, watching their star player limp off, trying to bounce back, but they're against an OKC Thunder team. This defense right now is swarming and suffocating. Caruso to SGA. Shot clock at 7. Jump shot. Nesmith the rebound. The Pacers have had the big comebacks, but they are without their closer. Siakam up top, Mathurin. Couple of jab steps. Good help from Holmgren. Siakam left open though, and hit the 3. Caruso boxing out, but Mathurin right there, and it'll go the other way. A foul call. Nesmith picks up his 4th.
When you get to the NBA Finals, it's about the little things. Look at this perfect box out by Caruso. even going down to his knees and able to keep it. That's where the foul occurred. It's who can do the little things the most consistent in these moments.
Gilgeous-Alexander backs in, turns, kicks it out. Wiggins, long three. Nesmith grabs another for the fourth. Now gets the pass nearly knocked away, but a reach-in foul, and that's the second on Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is excellent, though. We've talked about them beating mismatches. So you have Shai on the post. Don't go away. Ball goes to the middle of the floor. Come right back to it.
No Pacer besides T.J. McConnell has scored in the last 10 minutes. And a foul on the way to the basket. So it'll be a side out. Rick Carlisle giving Jimmy Capers an earful.
Well, this is one of the things with TJ, because everyone stays home because they don't want him to shot create. So he gets to play one-on-one without seeing multiple bodies, multiple hedges. That's why he's able to attack. So somebody else, it's got to be Nembhard, it's got to be Siakam. They have to be that secondary shot creator because he's not going to be able to create shots, but he will be able to score.
Substitutions come in. Kyle to Nesmith. Siakam goes right at Holmgren, stops, back up top. Nesmith, shot blocked. Gilgeous-Alexander. Siakam picks it up. His turnaround, in and out, rebound, Holmgren.
All right, Chet is just special on the defensive end, man. He's had to switch on to guards. His presence at the rim. They are now 2 for 7 when he's the contesting defender. He's been so good.
Gilgeous-Alexander wants a clear out. He's got Nesmith on him. On the spin move. Pass inside, finds Wallace for the layup. The 11th assist from the MVP. 18-point lead, largest of the game. McConnell goes right at Holmgren, pulls back out again. Across the lane, spins, finds Nesmith. Blocked by Holmgren. Dort the save. Dominant defense from OKC. Gilgeous-Alexander. And Wallace comes up with it. They'll reset. SGA splits the defense. Kicks it out. Williams a three-pointer. Bang! 21-point lead. Timeout, Indiana.
And Shai creating for his teammates. J-Dub knocking down a three for his 17th point of the night.
A special player. He's had his struggles at times in the finals offensively, but not defensively. Guard the toughest guy to guard tonight. Yep, come over and help after stopping one guy, yes. Keep another elite scorer in front. Make him a passer instead. And Shai's gonna end up with a block on this play, but Chet Holmgren is doing some work defensively.
And what was a close game has turned into a 21-point lead. Another Thunder avalanche. We've seen it all season long. Nesmith comes off, and a moving screen on Miles Turner. Turnovers in this second half, 10 for Indiana, none for the Thunder.
And you feel like, especially if you looked at after last game, Indiana had cleaned up some of the turnover issues. But with no Tyrese Haliburton, no shot creator, asking Nembhard to do more, T.J. McConnell to do more. These guys are system guys that can thrive there, but once they step out of it, mistakes can happen.
Gilgeous-Alexander steps back, puts it up. Shot won't go. Rebound, Dort. Chance of blue. Dort has had a lot of offensive rebounds in this game. 4 of the 6 on the offensive glass. Williams another three. Holmgren the rebound, the putback, missed it. And a foul. Free throws for Holmgren.
And like DB said, it's Chet's activity. Rebounding outside of his area, going up through. He's going to be mad because he knows he should have finished that one.
12 points, 7 boards, 3 blocks. And as Doris mentioned, just outstanding overall defense. Upcoming national TV schedule, ABC, ESPN Wednesday, the 2025 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. First round action, 8 Eastern time, ESPN Thursday. Also by State Farm, the second round, 8 Eastern. Dort sits down. Caruso back in. And the lead up to 22. Holmgren will return from missing 50 games, 50 that is, with a fractured hip. Misses that second one. Nembhard gets it inside. Siakam tries the jump shot, drills it. Siakam 15 points. And that's the first Pacer points. Again, McConnell has scored all these points. That's their first points in the fourth quarter.
There's not a lot of time for Indiana to make some sort of push, put some sort of pressure on OKC.
Gilgeous-Alexander falls down. Bounce pass stolen by Mathurin. And then is fouled.
And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Stack those possessions multiple times. Again, TJ McConnell just pressuring the MVP. Getting a stop. That's what they have to do. They have to stack a few possessions to try and put some pressure on OKC.
Their first turnover of the second half. Siakam spins. Gilgeous-Alexander fouls him. Shot won't go down, but 2 free throws. Third foul on SGA.
For Oklahoma City on the offensive end, this is generally where they start from this point on down, going to their 2 best players, guard-to-guard screening with Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They start to work that 2-man and keep those guys in control.
Well, and DB, when you remember Steph and Clay, that was the one that when they would get in late game, they would run in some 2-man game. Steph handling the ball, Clay slipping out, trying to get some sort of mistake, trying to get some sort of error by the defense. OKC has something similar, even though they attack you in different ways.
Indiana, which has been able to score points in a hurry all season long, one of the best offensive teams. That's what a presence inside is Chet Holmgren. Now 4 block shots. Mathurin his second foul.
Boy, oh boy, these free throw checkouts are always an interesting thing. Yet another one given up by Oklahoma City, but the great reaction from Chet.
Well, the Thunder will take it out of bounds. 6:48 remaining. The fans starting to feel it here in Oklahoma City. Indiana trying another miraculous comeback, but trying to do it without Tyrese Haliburton. Gilgeous-Alexander against Nesmith. Pulls up, jump shot, in and out. Shepard the rebound. Nembhard with Caruso right with him. Mathurin leans in, throws it to himself. Layup is no good, but a foul. Heads up play from Mathurin. He'll shoot free throws.
Well, sometimes you don't have any other option. He's falling down. The defense is swarming, but the defense is also spread. But there's Chet Holmgren again. That's a bucket. I prefer him to go shoot 2 free throws because if Chet doesn't come over to help, that's what's going to happen. He's going to get an easy bucket.
Mathurin, 8 points, 9 rebounds off the bench. Getting extra minutes with Haliburton's injury. as Hartenstein will come back in. And Holmgren's going to get a huge ovation here. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 block shots.
I wonder if the Hartenstein bring back is about getting some freedom for Jalen Williams and SGA as a screener here. Your offense last couple possessions hasn't turned into anything. Let's give your guards a little extra help.
Mathurin cuts it to 17. Still plenty of time remaining. Caruso to Hartenstein. Neesmith knocks it loose. Ball still loose. Siakam comes up with a great defense from Neesmith. There's Mathurin, drives inside, layup, won't go. Caruso the rebound, but a foul. And more free throws for Mathurin.
That's what we talked about. You got to keep putting pressure. You're here now. There's nothing else left to give. You can rest tomorrow. Get on the floor. Both Pacers get on the floor before Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, I understand you have a lead, but you got to finish it off. And then just here, I feel like that's a little bit of a touch foul, but the right call.
4th foul on Gilgeous-Alexander. These free throws obviously critical. If Indiana has hopes of making one last run, that one knocks down. They have had some of the most miraculous comebacks in these playoffs, time and time again. But in a 16-point hole with just under 6 to play in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
But the other side of that is Oklahoma City. They have had their offensive droughts at times. They have opened a window at times for their opponent to come back in.
Those 7 straight points. Not one close to being a turnover. Caruso gets it back. Caruso races inside Dort. Dort blocked by Siakam, but a foul. Dort to the shot. Siakam picks up his first, and Lou Dort will shoot 2, but he's a little shaken up. The defensive demon, a chance to put some points on the board.
Well, stay aggressive. You can't play defense with the basketball if you're Oklahoma City, something Mark Daigneault has told to us. Takes a pretty good shot to the head right there by Pascal Siakam.
That's a love tap, DB. That's a love tap. Are they going to review it? Yeah, that's why
previous players under review. He doesn't meet the criteria for a flagrant act.
So Jimmy Capers, the crew chief, will check and see if it is a flagrant foul.
But players intentionally lay on the ground and will embellish an injury because he did get hit in the head. But is that a flagrant foul? Okay, I'll just talk to myself then.
So the criteria to talk by the rule is wind-up, impact, follow-through, and if there's contact to the head. But
there is no wind-up, no impact, and no follow-through. Therefore, we do not have a flagrant act. We have 2 free throws for Oklahoma City.
That might have been a frustration challenge.
Yeah, I agree. I went to referee school for 4 days, and I can tell you that that wasn't a flagrant foul. But Lou Dort does the right thing. He does get hit in the head. No one's disputing that. He might have got fouled twice on that play. But to take any time away from this great basketball game to go review that, that's a waste.
We'll stay tuned after the final buzzer as we hand out the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The Bill Russell Finals MVP trophy for the 2nd straight game. The Larry O'Brien Trophy in the building. OKC had a chance to do it in Indiana in Game 6, but the Pacers with another dominant victory to force this Game 7. And some chatter between the opponents. Dort, 8 points, 6 rebounds. And his usual tough defense. It's their version of the big 3. Gilgeous-Alexander, the 25-12. A slow start for Williams, but a strong second half, and Holmgren's defense just dominant. Lou Dort from Montreal, undrafted, has turned into a critical player for a team that is now 5.5 minutes away from an NBA title. Mathurin drives, blocked by Dort, but a foul. Dort trying to say he went straight up. Picks up the personal. That's his 3rd, and Mathurin shaken up.
Remember when I said pound for pound, Lou Dort is one of the strongest individuals. He is literally like a wall. And that's what happens. Your upper body hits him, and that goes back, and then your feet go forward, and that's where you get landing on your side. That's a difficult. And here it in full speed, listen.
Yeah, that's what they call an A to B. He didn't just go straight up.
A to B, that's still a wall, however you get there.
Mathurin, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Lead cut to 15. Gilgeous-Alexander returns. Largest lead was 22. That was with 7:41 left. So in 2 minutes, they've sliced 7 points off the lead. You know this Pacer team will just keep fighting. They've done it all season long. There's been something special about them. But they're in a big hole right now.
Tyrese Haliburton was still playing, and it was for the Pacers like you.
Nesmith gets up into Jalen Williams. Nembhard helps out. Good defense there. Shot clock at 7. Williams against Shepard. On the drive, stumbles, turns. Shot clock winding down, just gets it off in time. Won't go, rebound, Dort. Another offensive rebound for Lou Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander, three-pointer. And Mathurin the rebound. Pacers keep charging. Mathurin. Under 5 to play. The NBA championship on the line. Mathurin gets into the paint, running. Layup, banks it home. Beautiful shot from Mathurin. And a timeout, OKC. They've cut it to 12 with 4:45 remaining.
This guy is a downhill driver, athletic force, has been problematic in moments. One-on-one against Alex Caruso, tough finish.
And the Pacers trying one more comeback. He's got 16 points. A 22-point lead for OKC has been cut to 12. Still 4:45 remaining. Harassing defense. Williams gets it to Holmgren. Back to SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander drives, pulls up, jump shot, can't get it. But a foul on Nembhard. And free throws for the MVP. Third foul on Nembhard.
Again, he does a good job. There's that off arm again. And just, yeah, you're not giving you're not giving him a landing though, there, young man.
Knocks down the first. What a special year it's been. Led the league in scoring. MVP of the NBA. And now trying to cap it off with a championship. Rick Carlisle furious. Not sure what he's upset with. Both free throws are good. Lead back to 14 with 4.5 remaining. McConnell's back in the game. He was the spark in the third. Drives inside. Blocked by Holmgren once again. Knocked out of bounds. And it'll go the other way.
This guy is just elite. He is able to hold his balance, time that perfectly. Just great patience defensively.
His 5th block. He's already become one of the elite shot blockers in the game. Jalen Williams, a drive, block. Beautiful play that time from Nesmith. Here comes Mathurin, open floor, one man to beat, goes right inside, misses the layup, but a foul. And if that's on SGA, that's going to be number 5 with 4:11 remaining.
So in some circles they call this a travel, in some circles they call this a gather step. I think he got away with a travel there. 1, 2, 3. Wow, we cut it short because we didn't have enough video to show it. But yeah, I think he took 4 steps there, Mike.
And also took a shot from the stanchion, but Mark Daigneault,
I think he's going to review it, Mike.
He's going to review it. Rick Carlisle is on the court screaming Jimmy Capers. Dayton.
Oklahoma City is challenging the ruling of a defensive foul on the play.
With 4:11 remaining. That's Lloyd Pierce, the assistant coach, talking to Sean Wright.
There's your third step. That's rolling the video back just a little bit further.
Let's see, is it Shea's hand?
One. Oh,
right.
yeah, come on.
Yeah, there's not much there.
What about the travel, though? 1, 2,
There's
three.
they call it a gather, DB. They call it a gather. I'm DB.
Are you
There's
serious?
the gather.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the gather, and then there's this 3 steps.
Right.
It's only in the NBA. Only kids do not try that at home.
The gather gets a little bit of rope on those.
That's a lot of rope.
Upon review, following the gather, the arm-to-arm contact by the defender is correctly deemed a defensive foul. It is an unsuccessful challenge. 2 free throws for Mathurin.
All right, so Mathurin with a chance to cut it to 12 again. Mathurin's been a big part of the offense here in this 4th quarter. Again, without Halliburton, if you're just tuning in, Tyrese Halliburton 7 minutes into the game. Re-injured that right calf. It's an Achilles injury and obviously unable to return. Mathurin still looks confident that they can make this one more miraculous comeback. 8 points here in the 4th quarter. Each team still has 1 timeout left. Both teams in the penalty. Mathurin now 7 for 7 from the line. Missed some key free throws earlier in the series. He's had his highs and lows in the series. He's a special athlete, special talent, like so many young players searching for that elusive consistency. And knocks down a pair again.
You got to inbound cleanly. They are pushing up in pressure.
They'll do everything, grab and hold. Caruso has to call timeout, as that was close to another 5-second violation. That's it. They're out of timeouts.
Yeah, they had been using Chet as a high target, but he was nowhere to be found on that inbound play.
Well, that's what they did the play before. They screened. He slipped out. Now you have, like you said, a high target. But this is the first time there's been a tremendous amount of pressure. They've been doing this for 48 minutes. Chet's got to make himself available a lot sooner.
He started jogging down the other end, understanding you have been the release point twice on these inbounds.
So still 4:11 remaining. Alexander leading the way with 27 points and 12 assists.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a career playoff high in assists. If he touches the paint, he normally scores it, but he has been a force as a downhill driver.
No, it's been impressive to watch. It's the inside-outside game. You're not taking away anything. He's getting to his bucket. Hasn't been extremely efficient. He's a 50% shooter, but he's 8 for 25. But what is he doing? He's getting his teammates involved.
He is talking finals. 9 years old, shooting. Is living his dream here tonight. His team now just over 4 minutes away from an NBA championship.
Pacers have been super small here, and this is why. You're trying to create turnovers off your pressure.
Nembhard right with him. He's been with him now for 7 games here in these finals. Gilgeous-Alexander drives, pulls back, shot clock now at 9. McConnell on the switch. Pulls back, 3-pointer, off the mark, rebound Mathurin. Pacers still alive. Mathurin almost traveled. And McConnell now to set it up. PJ McConnell gets inside. Tied up. Lost the ball. Mathurin dives on it. And it's going to be a held ball. And he's been trying to call timeout, but I don't believe he got there in time.
And when you have, as you see, Ben Mathurin on the ground, but once TJ gets in, you need movement around him. They're all collapsing into the paint. You've got to shift, give him an angle. There's no place for him to throw it to. So once you drive into the paint, you're bringing all of the defense there. You've got to shift, slot cut, backdoor cut, realign yourself on the three-point line.
Mathurin wincing right now as he jumps against Holmgren. If the Pacers win the tip, they only have 7 to shoot. Holmgren tips it. SGA grabs it. 3.5 remaining. The Pacers starting to run out of time. Gilgeous-Alexander hounded by Nesmith. There's the double team. Now McConnell switches. McConnell fighting, spinning. SGA shot no good. Rebound tipped and taken by McConnell. Knocked away from behind by Dort.
Boy, the Dort offensive rebounds, that strip steal, all of it monumental.
Jalen Williams the drive, kicks it out Dort. Caruso thought about it. Williams tries another three. Holmgren another offensive rebound and he's fouled. He'll shoot free throws with 2:47 remaining and the Thunder up a dozen.
Boy, Lou Dort's hustle. This guy is absolutely relentless. We've seen him hustle to the offensive glass. Dead sprint back, tip ball, turnover, going the other direction.
Well, and DB, that was their opportunity to possibly cut it to 9 with 3 minutes to go.
Boy, they're missing a lot of free throws. That's 14 for 22 from the free throw line.
And Holmgren's missed 3 of them. Otherwise, an outstanding game from the 7-footer from Minnesota. Grew up loving Kevin Garnett as his favorite player. He's been plagued by injuries, but his potential is limitless.
They are a young team, and they are fighting to put this away. There's moments where it creeps in.
Nembhard gets inside, he's double teamed. Kicks it out to Siakam. Siakam the spin. Surrounded. Nembhard launches a long three. Got it! Nembhard from way downtown, and it's a 10-point game. 2:28 remaining. Holmgren down the lane. A Holmgren hammer, and it's back up to a dozen. On the drive, Mathurin comes right back. These Pacers refuse to quit.
But again, Chet is drifting out past the half-court line.
Williams trying to get away, throws it to SGA. 2 minutes remaining. OKC close to a title. Gilgeous-Alexander on a foul. Nesmith went for the fake and will pick up his 6th foul. This will be the 3rd time in these finals he's fouled out. What a tough, hard-nosed defender. But he is done for the night. And the frustration from Nesmith.
Shea is going to face double teams. They're blitzing because they've got to make something happen. But obviously, Nesmith, who has been prone to some foul trouble in this series and in this season this year.
But Gilgeous-Alexander, 27 points, 12 assists. He has put up playoff numbers very few have reached.
He's had a season that very few players in NBA history have had. When you look at from start to finish, multi-time first team All-NBA, leading the league in scoring. He's just had such an impressive season, and he's 2 minutes away from a championship.
And that's all he wanted, not the individual accolades. He wanted most was to win it all. They are so close now. Nembhard, Caruso gets overly aggressive and picks up the foul. That's his 3rd. And free throws. Mark Daigneault, the 40-year-old coach in his 5th year. What a job he's done with the Thunder.
And again, Caruso, you got to be smart. I don't mind the defensive pressure because if you're OKC, you don't want to let down. You don't want something miraculous to happen. Keep the pressure on.
Nembhard, who must be absolutely exhausted for the work he's done defensively here in these finals and throughout the playoffs.
Check out here if you're OKC. This has been an adventure for them.
knocks down the second. 11-point game, 1:41 remaining. The Thunder just need to be smart here to finish this off. Siakam crowns the MVP. Jalen Williams on the drive and a foul with 1:26 remaining. And the fans can sense it. They're ready to celebrate. Jalen Williams, the talented co-star, with that 40-point masterpiece in Game 5 to put the Thunder up 3-2 here in these finals. 18 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. And there's the architect of it all, Sam Presti. He drafted Williams, number 12, out of Santa Clara. Initially, he was expected to be a late-round draft pick, but bounced into the lottery, and what a find from Sam Presti.
Well, if his workouts looked anything like his game, I'm not surprised that he moved up those ranks, but there's also the character that he has drafted, the individuals that he has drafted. Everyone fits so seamlessly.
One lead. Indiana hoping for a miracle. Dort reaches in and comes up with another steal. 22nd turnover for Indiana. Now Williams has it. Siakam called for the foul with 1:04 remaining. Feels like the celebration is underway here at the Paycom Center. Thunder with 14 more steals. One of the great defenses in league history in the second half, turned it up several notches. Williams hits another one. It was a close game at halftime. But the third quarter, they forced the 7 turnovers. Again, a 1-point lead for the Pacers at halftime. Williams misses. Shepard the rebound. 1 minute remaining in the NBA season. Mathurin leans in, can't get it to fall. Chases his own rebound back to Toppin. Corner 3, that won't go. But he stepped out of bounds.
You have to compliment this Indiana Pacers team. You can see the emotion already coming from their bench. Losing their hero. Losing their superstar.
It's a painful ending to what has been one of the most inspiring playoff runs the league has ever seen. They will fall 1 game short. Dort for 3, can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul against Indiana. And the emotions at the opposite end come pouring out of the Thunder. So much expected all season long. One of the greatest regular seasons in NBA history. 68 wins. And now on the verge of an NBA championship. Mark Daigneault will empty his bench, and the ovations will begin for the starters. And also emptying his bench is Rick Carlisle. What a finals this has been. These two teams that played such beautiful team basketball, fighting tooth and nail for 7 games. Unfortunate for the Pacers to lose their star early here in Game 7. And the Thunder dominated in the second half. 18 for Holmgren. Mathurin, he'll keep fighting till the bitter end. 22 points for Mathurin. They force another turnover. Mathurin and draws a foul. He will not quit with 19.5 remaining. Richard, you know what this is like in terms of seeing all that you work for, all the practices, all the road trips, all the nights in a hotel. And it comes to this, there's got to be no better feeling.
There is no better feeling, and I've been on both sides of this. I lost in 3 of these, but the one that you win makes all of the work, all of the time, all of the struggle, it makes it worth it. But boy, the emotion on both sides is very real.
Only his 3rd year, Jalen Williams has turned into one of the truly special two-way players in the game. And you can see the emotions pouring out. They arrived here in 2008. And this city, this fan base, this community has embraced them from day one. Shot clock is off. They'll run it out. The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City. The storybook season is complete. They were the best team in basketball from start to finish. And they're the youngest NBA champion in 48 years. Remember, this was a Thunder team just 3 seasons ago, won 24 games. Their first title, and certainly a potential for more, but that's never guaranteed. They may have been the favorites, but they had to fight tooth and nail in this series against a terrific Pacer team.
Mike's second youngest team in history to reach an NBA Finals. It took them 7 games, but this is a high character, care factor high across the board. All take their profession seriously. And how about Chet? He scuffled the last 2 games on the offensive end. 18 big points, a monster on the defensive end. Your big 3, Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a special young group.
DB, those tears are because of how hard he has worked. It's not just about the dream, but the realization of how difficult this is. And then on the other side, the Indiana Pacers.
The leader of the Pacers greeting his team. It's going to be hard to do tonight. Held high. What a performance. The tank and fell just 1 game short of their first NBA title. Halliburton, didn't matter the risk. He wanted to be on the floor with his teammates. And unfortunately, injured his Achilles.
We heard an awful lot about small markets, Mike, ratings, etc. This has been an absolute privilege of a series to be involved with. All of these men gave their heart and soul. These coaches coached a great series. Richard, Mike, what an absolute privilege.
For anybody, any basketball fan that loves great team basketball with hard-working defense, these 2 teams made you remember why you fell in love with the game. Right now, let's go to Lisa Salters.
Thank you, Mike. Shai, this is what you dreamt about from the time you were a little kid, becoming an NBA champion. Just tell us what's going through your mind right now.
It doesn't feel real. So many hours, so many moments, so many emotions, so many nights of disbelief, so many nights of belief. It's crazy to know that we're all here, but this group worked for it. This group put in the hours, and we deserve this.
I want to ask you about this game. When Tyrese Haliburton went down, they kept fighting, and initially it looked like you guys were the one that had the letdown. Just how were you able to get things back on track once you came out of the locker room? That's when you took over the game in the third quarter.
Yeah, we had 24 minutes to go get it. 24 minutes to finish our season. It was either going to be bad or it was going to be pretty. And we did everything we could.
Chet's defense, here he comes now. Chet's defense at the rim. Just what impact did that have on this game?
Yeah, he affects the game at a high level every night. Tonight was no different. He was everywhere, blocking shots, rotating, switching on guards. He's amazing, and so much more room to grow.
We saw you celebrating with your wife, with your family. What do you think you remember most about this Game 7?
The fun I had tonight. The moment was amazing. The fans were amazing. And it was so much fun. Exactly what I expected.
Congratulations to you. I'll see you up on stage in a little bit.
Thank you.
Mike?
All right, Lisa. Another great team effort, Doris.
Just Chet Holmgren. He's had limited experience because of injuries. He fractured his hip, missed 39 games. Richard, he showed up in a big way. Big time bounce back.
No, it was impressive to watch. Impressive. They've been battling all night long, and Chet, he showed up. He is a unicorn. He does things that no other player in this league can do, and he showed it tonight. Defensively, moving, tracking the ball, making all the right plays. Congratulations to Chet Holmgren. You're a champion.
Much more to come here from Oklahoma City. The Thunder win the NBA title.
Fuck that paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind.
Champions in 7 years, started in 2019 with Toronto, then the Lakers in the bubble, and then Milwaukee, their first in 50 years in 21. The Golden State Warriors won their fourth in 22. Jokic and Murray in 23. The Celtics with their 18th championship in 24. And now the first championship. Well, we all know that life is not perfect, but there are perfect moments, and we're seeing perfect moments for the members of the Oklahoma City Thunder here tonight. The joy The thrill, the celebration. Let's start some of the festivities and send it to PA announcer Mario Nani.
Fans now has center court for the presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the 2025 Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award. Here is ABC's Lisa Salters.
Thank you. Joined by Oklahoma City Thunder Chairman Clay Bennett, General Manager Sam Presti, and Head Coach Mark Daigneault. Here to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Thank you, Lisa. These finals showcased a new generation of stars in the NBA and two great cities that could not be prouder of their teams. To the Indiana Pacers, throughout these playoffs, they never, ever gave up. Congratulations on a great run. And to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team-first mentality, homegrown all-stars, and a very special culture. Clay Bennett, Sam Presti, Coach Daigneault, and this amazing team. Congratulations, you're the 2025 NBA champions.
Now speaking on behalf of the champion Thunder is General Manager Sam Presti. Sam, as you look at that Larry O'Brien Trophy, what is the first thing that comes to mind about the journey that it took to finally be able to lift it up?
Well, the first thing is Oklahoma has a true team and not just a winner. These guys represent all that's good. At a young age, they prioritize winning, they prioritize sacrifice, and this just kind of unfolded very quickly. But you have to give the credit to the guys, and we're super grateful to have these guys representing us.
Sam, you said it, the rebuild started just 6 years ago. Just how did everything come together so quickly?
I mean, age is a number. Sacrifice and maturity is a characteristic, and these guys have it in spades, and it's a result, and it's a privilege to work with these guys, an absolute privilege.
Congratulations to you. Now let's hear from your head coach, Mark. Mark, you told us once that if we replayed your life over 10 million times, that you would only be here, the NBA Finals, once. And that you're not supposed to be here. You are now an NBA championship winning head coach. How did you get here?
First of all, I don't know if Sam did this, but I want to congratulate Indiana on a great season. They were a stiff opponent. And this was a dream for everybody here at one point in our lives. There was one point where we didn't know if we were going to be in the NBA. From players to staff to coaches, it's a privilege. We're incredibly grateful for it.
Mark, what, in your mind, what is the most special thing about this group?
They behave like champions. They compete like champions. They root for each other's success, which is rare in professional sports. They are I've said it many times, I'm going to say it one more time. This is an uncommon team, and now they're champions.
Congratulations to you, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Now let's bring back Commissioner Silver to present the 2025 Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award.
For the first time in 25 years. The same player won the regular season MVP, the scoring title, and now he's your finals MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai, you've always said that you wanted to be that guy that your team depended on, and now you're an NBA Finals MVP. How were you made for this moment?
A lot of hard work, a lot of hours in the gym. This isn't just a win for me. This is a win for my family. This is a win for my friends. This is a win for everybody that was in my corner growing up. This is a win for the fans, the best fans in the world. I love you guys.
Not so long ago, Shai, this was a 22-win team. So what does it mean to you now to be standing here as a champion?
Yeah, it means everything. It's why you play the sport. You play the sport to win. You play every sport to win. We have a team full of competitors. And, we did what it took this year to be champions, and we deserve this. We rose to the moment, and here we are.
And now you and Jalen Williams will forever be linked as one of the most prolific duos in NBA Finals history. What has meant the most to you about being able to have this ride with your co-star, J-Dub?
Yeah, Jalen Williams is a once-in-a-lifetime player. Like Will, one second, sorry. Without him, without his performances, without his big-time moments, without his big-time shot-making, defending, everything he brings to this team, we don't win this championship. This is just as much my MVP as it is his, and we'll share this one for a very long time. Like you said, we're sketching the book forever. The Dub's a winner, for sure. He's a winner.
Thank you. Congratulations to you, Shai.
Thank you.
Dub. Dub, throughout these playoffs, just how have you been able not just to meet the moment, but to always rise above it?
My teammates definitely pushed me through a lot of adversity this whole entire playoff, so without them, I'm nothing.
You told us that it was your father who said to you, you can't ask for permission to be a champion. What do those, or to be great, you can't ask for permission to be great. What do those words now mean to you as you stand here as an NBA champion?
I mean, I feel pretty great. I mean, this is super special. To be the first in the organization's history, it's been a long time coming, and to be a part of it is a blessing.
Congratulations to you.
OKC get live!
Where's Chet?
Am I next?
Oh, there you are.
I'll switch sides.
There you are. Chet, we've talked about it before, how you suffered that injury early in the season. And, now just 6 months later, you're standing here as a champion. Just knowing that this was the goal, how did that motivate you to just get back out on the floor?
I've been through so much personally this year. Not only the hip, but other things playing too. I'm proud of these guys for holding it down while I was out. I'm proud of myself for never quitting. Broken bones, bruises, it's all temporary, but this is forever. Let's go.
You said that you were always that tall, skinny kid whose grit and toughness sometimes got overlooked by opponents. Just what are you most proud of personally about this moment and what you were able to contribute to this championship?
No matter what happened, never give in, and happier for Clay, for Presti, the rest of the organization. I'm just so happy for all of them, and it's going to be a great night in Oklahoma City.
Congratulations to you. Where's the old guy? Where's the old guy? Where's Unc? Ah. And I'm just kidding, you're not that old, obviously. But from going undrafted, being in the G League, to now being a two-time NBA champion, just how would, two-time NBA champion, how would you describe this journey to get here again?
Yeah, it's been unpredictable. There's been a lot of ups and downs. I've found success, failures, all that stuff on the way. You know, I've had people that supported me, my mom and dad, my sisters, my brother-in-law, my fiance, her family, like different paths in the road. Everyone supported me and just kept me focused. And then, you know, the Thunder, obviously, you know, Sam and Clay, they had the belief to bring me here and be a part of something special, and special is what we were.
What have you cherished most, Alex, about your role on this young team? They tease you a lot.
Yeah, no, they do.
But they looked up to you.
Stop. Come on, bro. Honestly, they bring a joy to work every day that is unique. You know, it's a long season, and it's even longer when you're playing deep into the playoffs and you get into the finals and winning it. So just the joy and the camaraderie that we have is second to none. Like, these guys make it easy to show up and go to work every day.
Congratulations to you, Alex. And I just have one more question to Isaiah. Like, how do you get your son to be more into this?
I know why he's asleep right now, but I guess it's not loud enough, so I'm gonna need to get a little loud real quick.
I guess you can tell him about it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll tell him about it tomorrow.
Congratulations once again to all of you, to Shai, the 2025 NBA Finals Most Valuable Player, and to the 2025 NBA champion, Oklahoma City Thunder. It's your time, guys. Celebrate. Mike, back to you.
All right, Lisa. It always strikes me every year how these young men, these unbelievable athletes, look like little kids in this moment. You can feel the joy, all the work and sacrifice. You're getting a little emotional because I know it's making you think the bond that is formed that will live forever, that the brotherhood becomes such a big part of your life. What is that like?
I have three guys in this building right now, Iman Shumpert, Channing Frye, they were a part of the championship. Everyone's wearing their ring. You remember not just this moment on stage, but the dinners, the journeys, the ups and downs. And now that you're able to be a part of NBA history and be part of a group that will be forever remembered, it is something that you dream about. It is the ultimate, it is the pinnacle of the dream. Even getting it once is so tremendous. And watching them, I'm just so proud of this group, the character that they are, and the people that they are.
And Doris, these players get paid an obscene amount of money. They're treated like celebrities. They live luxurious lives. But this is why they play, for these moments to win a championship.
What's blowing me away, Mike, is the average age is 25.7. And they were down in the Denver series. They were down in this series. And the maturity and the ability to play beyond their years. And Sam Presti has said it. Depth in the NBA is now required. The game is played so quickly. It is such a well-constructed roster. This is exactly what Adam Silver talked about. Parity of opportunity. Two small market teams squaring off for the NBA title, and these young men come out champions.
And this is a team that in their rotation, 3 undrafted players and 5 second-round picks, all in their top 12 rotation. Boy, it is going to be a long night in Oklahoma City. They have waited 17 years since this team came to town. What a season. What a magic carpet ride for Jalen Williams, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the OKC Thunder. The brilliant Mark Daigneault. What a wonderful young coach. Much more to come from Oklahoma City. The NBA season ends tonight with a champion crowned in OKC. When it began, OKC was a heavy favorite because of Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
When I picked up a basketball and I was 9 years old, I never sat there like, I want to be an all-star, I want to be an MVP. I sat there like, I want to win.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the University of Kentucky. Jalen Williams from Santa Clara University.
At 6'4". All right. It's gonna sound better. I'm 6'6". It's gonna sound better. I'm 6'6". We have so much fun being out there together, and I think that's what makes us really good.
Take a look over your shoulder.
How are you just so consistent night in and night out?
My whole life is consistent. Everything I do.
Gilgeous-Alexander for the win.
Lob to the rim. Oh, you dunk. Down. Jalen.
Winning is everything. If you don't win, none of it matters.
When the finals began, Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams and the Thunder, they were heavy favorites. Indiana, a huge underdog, but it was a tough battle. They lost game 1, they lost game 3, they were down 2-1. Then lost game 6, facing elimination. But for the second time in a game 7, they came through in big-time fashion, in championship fashion, as they won in front of their home crowd. And give the fans a night to remember. And they will never forget this night and this season. Most wins in a season, 68 during the regular season, and another 16 in the playoffs. One of the great seasons in the history of the NBA. And we welcome you once again courtside. You always hear from people who don't watch the NBA, they don't play defense. This team, and you said it early, one of the great defensive teams the league has ever seen.
It's been impressive to watch them be on a string together, the communication. There is, when you talk about togetherness, it's I've got your back if you fall down. But don't fall down, and they never do. And if they do have a mistake, if they do, they cover for each other. I haven't seen a defense like this consistently for 15, 20 years.
And again, the connection for a young team. Indiana's been together a little bit longer. We'll get to them in a moment. But the connection, you can just see it. Every team, obviously when you win, it's a little better, Doris, but there's something special with the connection of this young Thunder team.
Yes, and I think that is all about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his leadership, his calm demeanor and poise. And rightfully so, we're giving a ton of credit to the big three. Chet, Jalen, and Shai were brilliant. But you know who else was brilliant? Lou Dort, the 7 massive rebounds he had. Alex Caruso, the defense played. Cason Wallace trying to take on the challenge that was TJ. TJ got the better of him, but he fought all night. 2 really well-constructed rosters, 2 deep rosters, and again, I'll say it, Mike, it was an absolute privilege of a series to be a part of.
Meanwhile, for the Indiana Pacers, their best record in 11 years after a rough start. They were one of 2 best teams to finish the season behind OKC in the regular season, and then the playoffs, these incredible comebacks that they had. Tyrese Haliburton, some of the great clutch performance in the history of the NBA playoffs. They were a magnificent team to watch, and another team that was so connected.
They were, and that's what we saw. We saw 2 great teams that are connected, that play together. My heart goes out to Tyrese Haliburton. The air was taken out in this building. I think OKC struggled to recalibrate. He's one of the young stars in this league, and to see him go down, but his team fought for him as long as they could.
Mike, at one point this season, Indiana was 10-15, and there wasn't a soul in the country who thought they had any shot of advancing. But Rick Carlisle steadied the ship. The team kept working. And we talk about connectedness. This was a special group. You said it throughout the playoffs. Something special was happening. They fall just short in a Game 7, but an extraordinary effort.
Now, tonight's NBA Finals game was produced by Tim Corrigan, who's produced every Finals game for the last 18 years. Tonight's his Finals finale. He's moving to one of those big-time, full-time executive positions. Well, it's impossible to describe how much he's meant to all of us who have worked with him in these final telecasts. His leadership, his guidance, his encouragement made all of us better, empowering so many people to reach their potential. Personally, his voice in my ear gave me confidence every single telecast. So I think I speak for everyone in that we say thank you, Tim Corrigan. It has been an honor and a privilege.
Best basketball producer I've ever worked with, but I tell him this all the time. My favorite thing about him is the husband and father he is.
Every single time I would ask him for advice on how to get better, he would say, make the game the star. And that was the best advice that anyone's ever given me, is how do you take your knowledge and highlight the game? And I'm forever thankful for that information.
Nothing but love and gratitude, Tim. And one special thanks also to Doris, Richard, and Lisa. You guys are amazing. Up for every single challenge. We had so much fun this year. Doris, I think you and I agree that the biggest accomplishment was Richard not one time had to read that card to say he's apologizing for saying something inappropriate. And I think we should announce it now. Richard wants to announce he's become the new head coach. Just kidding. We've got much more to come from Oklahoma City as the Thunder win the NBA championship.
Всю шутку сначала поняла, принялась угорять, головою красивой качала, стала слезы платком вытирать и зубами дразня хохотала.